If you keep your money in a bank account, listen up, your savings could be at risk. The banking system is once again under extreme stress, and after last year's banking crisis, the dangers are clearer than ever. Car loans are defaulting, credit card debt is ballooning, commercial real estate is on the brink of collapse. These aren't just red flags, they are sounds of a financial ticking time bomb. But there is a safe and easy way to protect your financial future: gold. Gold is outside the government's reach and safe from economic policies that jeopardize your wealth. Gold allows you to lock in today's value in the face of tomorrow's uncertainty. Don't wait for the next headline crash or bank run to act. Inaction could be catastrophic. Contact Noble Gold Investments today and safeguard your tomorrow. As a bonus, you'll get a free quarter-ounce gold standard coin as a thank you for opening a qualified account. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com to claim your gold coin. Noblegoldinvestments.com. And remember, there's always a risk of investment. There's no guarantee of any kind. What's going on, people? You thought that they were done with the dumb shit out of the White House. Is that what you thought? Don't be ridiculous. So, you may or may not have heard, and if you didn't, don't worry. Most people haven't. But there was that female basketball player from Iowa, Caitlin Clark. She has come out of college into the WNBA draft. And of course, when you play professional sports or when you do anything professionally, that means you're getting paid to do it, right? But how much how much is she getting paid? Well, and this is no amount of money to sneeze at all. This is a lot of money. If I found this kind of money somewhere, I'd be more than happy. Or if somebody gave me this amount of money, I'd be more than happy. But in the face of what she could have made, it's just pretty damn ridiculous. So Caitlin Clark, her annual salary for the WNBA, playing in the WNBA, is $76,000. So for her first 4 years in the league, her rookie contract, she will make just under $400,000. Still a lot of money. But she made $3 million in college because, now they pay the athletes. And Ice Cube, he has that league that he owns. I'm not sure if he owns it by himself or with other people, but he's certainly the face of it. It's called the Big Three. So he offered her $5 million to play for his league. She said no. David Portnoy, he's the owner of the Bleacher Report. He offered her $10 million to come play for him. Wouldn't do it. She stuck with her pay that she's getting from the WNBA. Now, again, that's a shitload of money, but everybody is losing their mind and going back to the whole gender pay gap bullshit when it comes to the discrepancy between what the WNBA players get and what the NBA players get. And there's willful ignorance running rampant. It's not like the female players are doing exactly what the men are doing, but we just don't want to pay them the same because they have tits and a clan. They're dunking, they're shooting from everywhere, they're putting on an exciting show on the court, but nope, don't want to give them the same money because they're a bunch of fucking broads. Wrong. They don't get the same money because they don't produce the same product. If you are a fan of basketball and you were given a choice, watch an NBA game or a WNBA game, you're going to pick the NBA game every time unless you're one of these weak, soft handshake, deep V-neck, granola-headed dirt fuckers who get pegged by their woman 3 days a week. If you're a real sports fan, you're going to pick the NBA because that is the better product. The WNBA's very existence is contingent on the NBA because they subsidize them. The WNBA makes like a couple $100 million a year. The NBA makes $10 billion. But no, it's because they're women. These men are so archaic and old-fashioned and sexist and misogynist that they just don't want to see these women getting paid like the men. I'm of the belief that maybe, and the WNBA, they already have a smaller ball. That's not even equal. You're using a smaller ball. Why? Because you have smaller hands. They already use a smaller ball, but why don't you lower the hoop? Lower the hoop to like 9 feet. Then we'll see some dunks. You'll never be on the level of the NBA, but it'll be more exciting. Maybe it'll generate more revenue and get more eyeballs on your game. But of course, the reason Caitlin Clark, who is not getting paid the same as the NBA rookie, the number one pick, she's the number one pick in the WNBA. The reason she's not making the same as the number one overall pick in the NBA is because she's a woman. Caitlin Clark, who became the leading scorer in NCAA basketball history and the first pick in the WNBA draft this week, will make a $76,535 salary this year. The top NBA pick will make $10.5 million. Clark's salary compared to top National Basketball Association players is drawing attention to the Women's National Basketball Association players pay an often massive gender gap in professional sports salaries. The highest paid WNBA player made a $240,000 salary, while the league minimum salary in the NBA is over $1 million. Okay, you want to settle this? Have Caitlin Clark, the number one overall pick for the WNBA, play one-on-one against the number one overall pick for the NBA. And whoever wins, you get both salaries for the year. How about that? But that NBA player, he probably has a diamond earring in his earlobe that costs more than Caitlin Clark's entire salary. Wouldn't that be great for her? If she beats him, you get his $10.5 million. But that shit ain't going to happen. Clark, who dominated the University of Iowa, as well as other college stars who have turned pro, like Louisiana State University's Angel Reese, lifted women's college basketball to heights it's never seen before. Clark helped attract record-breaking TV audiences and sell out crowds in arenas around the country in her final collegiate season. Yeah, that's because she had to be historic in her efforts to draw those kind of eyeballs. And that's not sustainable. You think now that she's in the WNBA, you're going to get those kind of views at every game she plays in? Hell no. It's an inferior product. People would rather watch the men because they're better. They jump high, they run faster, they shoot from a farther distance. Now, they were calling her the female Steph Curry because she was shooting from the same spot. I seriously doubt she's going to put up the same numbers that Steph Curry has in his career. Now, maybe she could get close because the WNBA players suck. A dunk is rare. I read somewhere where there were like 12 dunks last year. It's not the same. They play less games. They have less teams. Who is the WNBA champion right now? Exactly. But everybody's saying it's because they're women. No, they don't know how to negotiate their contracts. They're not good at negotiating contracts, and there's not as big of a pie to negotiate as there is for the NBA. Remember, $200 million versus $10 billion. I want that $10 billion pie. That's a big son bitch. But of course, when there are leftist talking points and a bullshit narrative to push, who is at the forefront? Says women receive around 10% of the WNBA's overall revenue, while the NBA collective bargaining agreement gives players 50% of the revenue. Huh. We are not asking to get paid what the men get paid. We're asking to get paid the same percentage of revenue shared. Las Vegas Aces star Kelsey Plum, never heard of her in my life. Then negotiate better. Lengthen your season. Give them more to negotiate. You got 12 games or some shit? 20 games? What is that? The NBA is like 82, and they have more teams. The star center for the Phoenix Mercury, Brittany Griner, one half of the worst trade in human history, was headed to Russia to play in the WNBA's offseason 2022 when she was wrongfully detained. She wasn't wrongfully detained. That fucking lesbian giraffe was taking weed over there, stupid. But it's our fault. It's the men's fault that she had to go over there and play for 10 months to make more money. No, you suck. You're obviously a dude. You taking your hormones with your deep voice. You tape your titties down. You want to be a man? Then join the NBA. You guys ever see that video circulating of her saying that she could take on DeMarcus Cousins one-on-one? DeMarcus Cousins. She's like, oh, that's all right, little fella. Don't worry. Little fella, bitch, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, so of course, Sloppy Joe has to get involved. What? WNBA? What's that? What's wrong with the NBA? What did this old fuddy-duddy have to say? Well, here it is. Women, I'm sorry, let me be authentic. Women in sports continue to push new boundaries and inspire us all. You ever been inspired by a female athlete? But right now, we're seeing that even if you're the best, women are not paid their fair share. It's time that we give our daughters the same opportunities as our sons and ensure women are paid what they deserve. They are paid what they deserve. It's an inferior product. I don't know if I'd want my daughter to be playing in the WNBA. I don't want her to turn into some tatted up cornrow wearing Queen Latifah from Set It Off looking puss licker, because that's what most of them are. Don Imus was on to something. So it's just they're not being fair. They're just sexist, misogynist assholes. That's the only reason that these women aren't making millions of dollars a year. It's not because they suck. You ever see a WNBA highlight reel or low light reel? Okay. Ladies, you want to prove yourself once and for all. It's very easy. Very easy. Once and for all, you deserve what the boys are being paid. Okay. Get the WNBA All-Star team. All the best players in the WNBA. Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Brittany Griner, I guess. All the best players in the NBA, all the assassins with their bottom half of their face glistening. Get all the best WNBA players, and we'll get a team together of the worst NBA players. The worst. The guys that get no time, or the time they get, they're missing the ball, they suck, they can't pass, they're giving turnovers, whatever. The worst. Against your best, ladies. And if you win, then we need to start seriously negotiating higher pay for you guys. You should start getting millions of dollars. Oh yeah. And one more thing. Make your own money. Make it so the NBA doesn't have to subsidize your existence. You do those two things and people will start taking you seriously. Until then, shut up. You know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get to that description box. Hit the link to my new channel, Green's House. Like, subscribe, and share. Hold on a second. Here we go. I am Jericho Green, and man, I'm out.